The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good morning, everybody. This is Eric Seymour with the National Weather Service in Wakefield. I'm going to go through the briefing for everybody real quickly this morning. Should be from a weather perspective, an uneventful week at this point. That's kind of what we're looking at. So generally speaking, the next couple of days, we're expecting dry weather with a nice little warming trend coming. So seeing temperatures getting up into the lower 60s as we get into Thursday and Friday. Really only significant chance of rain occurs on Thursday night into Friday, as we do have a cold front that sweeps across the area on the day Friday. And then as we get to the weekend, dry weather returns. Could be a little bit of, a little bit of cooler weather coming in behind it. And we're still watching a kind of a little bit of an upper level feature that could mainly right now, we expect just kind of bring some clouds as it swings through. But, a few sprinkles, spits of rain on Saturday aren't out of the question. So, that's kind of a quick overview. Statewide tornado drill is something I want to emphasize for everybody. This has been changed. We had been expecting to hold the drill on March 5th, but that is election day, and in consultation with VDEM and some other folks in government wanted to make sure that there's no issues with having the drill, also with the election going on. I know a lot of the schools are closed as well. So therefore, we're going to push the tornado drill back to its backup date, which is March 7th. So if you guys can help spread the word on that, that would be a big help. All right. So taking a look at the weather here, just kind of looking at your QPF, you can see through Thursday, we're really not expecting really hardly any rain in our forecast area. So southeast parts of the state, also portions of Maryland, northeast North Carolina, we are dry through Thursday. We do get the front that comes in on Friday. And you can see generally we're looking at a 1/4 inch of rain or less as that front moves through the area. Probably see kind of some scattered showers, a thin line of showers as that front comes in. I'm really not anticipating a lot of rainfall. So I would think maybe if you get a localized amount to a 1/3 inch, that'd probably be kind of about the max that we're expecting at this point as the front goes through. And then once we get to Saturday back out into early parts of next week, still seeing dry weather through that time period. So zoomed in a little bit tighter, you can see again, generally speaking, less than a 1/4 inch of rainfall is kind of what we're anticipating for the next 7 days. Looking at your regional summary here, just kind of take a look around. You can see as we start to get out into Friday and into Thursday and out into Friday, we start seeing some more 60-degree temperatures pushing into the area. Generally speaking, right now, our average temperature is running somewhere from the lower 50s into the mid 50s. So, we start pushing temperatures up in the lower 60s. We are getting a little bit above normal. And at the same time, your overnight lows in that time period are pushing up into the upper 30s, lower 40s. So, generally speaking, a little bit of a milder period, Thursday through Friday. And then as we get in the weekend, we start to see things kind of backing off a little bit, temperatures getting back a little bit cooler, closer to normal from the kind of the upper 40s to the mid 50s. We're going to have to keep an eye on this from a temperature standpoint. I think as we get closer in time, we start getting a little bit better handle on the timing of that high building in on Saturday, because we do kind of have a reinforcing cold front that's dropping in on the day Saturday, especially in the kind of from the Richmond areas north and west. That front comes in a little bit earlier in the day, so it may hold temperatures back just a little bit more than what we're showing here. So, but that'll be something we'll be keeping an eye on. And as you see, as we start getting out in time, out into early next week, we do start to see temperatures bumping back up above normal Monday into Tuesday as we get a pretty good southwesterly flow starting to develop. So, looks like as we're getting to the end of February, kind of getting to the beginning of meteorological spring, the end of next week, looks like we may actually start to feel a little bit more like spring there. So that'll be something to kind of keep an eye on for kind of the extended range. And again, from a precipitation standpoint, you can see we're really targeting Friday, really with that higher chance of precipitation. From our marine partners, marine perspective right now, I'm really not expecting to see a lot of high winds. You see the probabilities of seeing anything gale or higher are almost non-existent at this point, at least through Thursday. So Maybe we see a little bit of some stronger gusts as we get into the weekend. But right now, it looks like most conditions are going to stay just kind of in the small craft realm, even through the weekend. So we can kind of push out here, and this kind of gives you the threat potential for the next 5 days. You can see the chances, seeing elevated, seeing small craft conditions really do pick up as we get into the Thursday, Friday night time period as we get that front going through. But again, really nothing more than that at this point. So not expecting to see any type of gale conditions or worse over the next 5 days. So, and again, there's, you can see your wave heights. Wave heights do pick up a little bit this week. I think they're going to be elevated much of the week. So you'll probably see small craft conditions, especially in the coastal waters, a good part of the week. And really, it's going to be for seas just from the waves that are going to be pushing toward the coast from the area low pressure that's currently off the southeast U.S. coast. And we'll be gradually pulling into the central Atlantic through the week. All right, and there's your summary there. So looking ahead to kind of the to pretty much the conditions for next week, looking at seeing above normal temperatures. As you already see in the 6 to 7 day, we had looked at temperatures climbing up into the 70s. Chances for precipitation being a little bit higher than normal. Models are showing a couple opportunities for rain at this point, but it's, at this point, I wouldn't be banking on them. So looks like right now the storm track may end up being a little bit more going up through the Great Lakes, and if it does go through the Great Lakes, that may kind of diminish a little bit of our chances here. But it will allow for the southerly flow and the good strong warm up in temperature. So I think the end of March, end of February, early March is going to feel a lot more like spring than winter time. All right, so overall, again, looking at your, the forecast, really dry weather this week with a decent warming trend, temperatures getting up in the 60s, and then a chance of rain on Friday as that cold front comes in. Again, you're looking at probably a 1/4 of an inch of rain or less for that front as it goes in, and then dry weather returning again on the return side for the weekend, with a little bit of a cool down over the weekend, and then temperatures warming up again next week. So. Overall, that's kind of what we're expecting weather-wise. And, again, really help us notify folks about the statewide tornado drill with the date change being moved. So we will be doing it on Thursday, March 7th at 9:45. So that is everything I have today. So unless anyone has a question in the chat, which I don't see, that'll be the end of our briefing for today. And we will see you all at this point again next Monday. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.